Okay, so actually, not earlier, this week, um, there's a NATO summit that's going on out here in Washington, D.C. It started on Tuesday, on the 940. So, for those of you that may not be aware what NATO stands for, that's the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, right? And in that, um, you have a group of 32 countries from Europe and North America. And basically, they get together, talk policy and all this other stuff, right? Um, Whether it be supporting other countries, defense spending, funding, cyber defense, all this other stuff goes on in NATO, right? But two extremely concerning things. If you are a staunch member of the Democratic Party, was done yesterday with President Biden. Now, the Democrats basically have done this to themselves. They knew Biden is too old. They know that this man has no business uh, trying to maintain office as president. They have an incompetent vice president. Yes, Harris is very incompetent, and the media, mainstream media, especially the MSNBCs of the world and CNNs, they keep trying to recycle this woman, right? But I'm gonna play a couple clips, right? Fair use, right? Fair use. And I want y'all to see the first clip where Biden made a campaign gaffe when it comes to camel toe, oh, camel toe, and Donald Trump. DJ, spin that shit.
Look, I wouldn't have picked Vice President Trump to be vice president, but I think she was not qualified to be president. So let's start there. Number one. The fact is that the consideration.
So you heard it there. Biden called Biden called Vice President Harris Vice President Trump. Oh, oh my Lord! Hey man, why do you think the people who was riding for Biden protected him all these years? His cognitive decline. Biden don't really take questions, and his handlers like Karine Jean-Pierre and people that studs ilk always trying to step in and take the slings and arrows for Biden. That's why. That's why. Now, if you think that was bad, if you think that was bad, you think that was bad. He also did this when it comes to the Ukrainian president that he's funneling all kinds of money and resources to Vladimir Zelensky and the Russian president Vladimir Putin. Listen to what he said when it comes to those two individuals. DJ, spin that shit.
Now I want to hand it over to the president of Ukraine, who has as much courage as he has determination. Ladies and gentlemen, President Putin. President Putin. You're going to beat President Putin.
man. Biden did this on a world stage in DC of all places, right? But this is the best man for the job. If you think Kamala Harris is going to step in on the ticket and beat Donald Trump, ain't no way in hell she's beating Donald Trump. Matter of fact, it might be a landslide victory for Trump. Now, I'm not no Trump supporter. Don't even think that you're going to get that in your fucking head. I ain't no Trump supporter. Matter of fact, I don't support either party. I'm an observant that's reading what's going on, right? Biden is being pressured by donors. He's being pressured by people within his party to step aside. He don't got it. He don't got it. At one point or another, when he was, displaying his anti-black racism in the limelight, and he was more competent and he was much more articulate, Biden would destroy Trump when it comes to foreign policy and stuff like that. But he don't got it no more. He done. And this is the conundrum that the Democrats are facing. Because who is out there right now that's ready to beat Trump? Who's out there? All right, talked about Kamala Harris. She ain't it. What about Gavin Newsom? Right? What about Gretchen Whitmer? Gretchen Whitmer already withdrew her name from the ticket. She already withdrew her name from consideration. Who do they have out there that's going to beat Trump in the Democratic Party? Ooh. Wes Moore? Governor out of Maryland? That racist governor, Kathy Hochul, who's sitting up there talking about young black kids don't know what a computer is? Who they got out there? You got Biden out here making these gaffes on a world stage. And now you got a situation to where you got a civil war within the Democratic Party. Of course, the old nigger Jim Clyburns in the world is going to sit up there and say, yeah, we riding with Biden, right? Hey, you just caught yourself, Clyburn. You caught yourself. No, actually, you got busted. You didn't catch yourself. I caught you. You know what? 4 years ago, you were sitting up there talking about stop smoking there. Smoking there kills your election. Stop smoking there. So when you sit up there and say we riding with Biden, ain't that slogan there? Huh? So make it make sense there, you catfish nugget server at your local fish fry. Anyway, the fact of the matter is, this is the situation they're in now. Now, despite all the gaffes and all the other stuff that is plaguing the Democratic Party, if you really want the black vote, because this is another element that isn't being talked about as much now, and it's about the black vote. The black community is leaving the Democratic Party in droves. So where them tangibles at? We'll forget that you had those campaign gaffes at the Nato summit out here in DC if you just give us our tangibles, right? Now I need somebody that's within your ranks, to jog your memory bank, right? Because you are on the cognitive decline. You sitting up here calling Kamala Harris Vice President Trump, right? Go ahead. Give them tangibles, right? The anti-black hate crime bill. Reparations, right? Reparations for foundational black Americans, not some immigrant that got washed ashore from rip currents. And ending qualified immunity so that when these cops want to act like they're above the law, we can go after them. That's a fact. Cause see all that other stuff y'all push on the black community about prescription drug prices and fucking student loans and all that. We ain't asked for none of that. And y'all sitting up here talking about, well, we put the first black woman president when she was black back in 2020, because in 2017 she was an Asian when she was senator. Oh, we put the first black woman Supreme Court justice on the Supreme Court. Yeah, and she out here taking white dick. She like a white man. Oh, we got the first black woman as a White House press secretary. Yeah, and she carpet munching white pussy. Well, she used to. And Karine Jean-Pierre. Or I like to call Professor Black Truth, like to call her Karine Stud Pierre. But she don't claim her blackness. She claim her her Haitianness. Yeah, she from Haiti. She ain't no black woman if you ask her. So once again, you need to jog his memory bank and let him know that, hey, the black community is demanding tangibles. If you want the black vote, you need to come up with them tangibles. Or because putting a black woman on a quarter or a black woman statue or a black woman, I mean, y'all just wore that shit till you can't wear it no more, and you ran that shit down to the ground. Black woman on the quarter, black woman as a statue, black woman on Supreme Court, black woman as a vice president, black woman as a Supreme Court justice, black woman as a White House press secretary, black woman is this, black woman is that. First black woman to be a dean at a damn university. All this black woman, that, and it's a gender divide. That's the thing I can't stand about the Democrats. They try to do a gender divide. You had the rare black man as the defense secretary in Lloyd Austin. All that pandering is useless when there's nothing tangible. Especially when we're seeing money going to the Ukraine. You got the Ukrainian president coming around like a damn crackhead, scratching his neck, looking for more money and resources and all that. We just give it to him. And then he can go on center stage and make all these gaffes. And this is why his handlers always keep him from answering questions. You really want to know why his handlers keep him from answering questions and stuff like that. He don't have these long, drawn-out interviews because stuff like this. And there's massive pressure. Matter of fact, a breaking news alert right before I came on live talked about how there's $90 million that the donors are freezing from the Democrats if Biden remains on the ticket. $90 million in campaign funds that the donors are freezing if Biden remains on the ticket. And the wheels came off, or it started to come off, when he had that debate with Trump down in Atlanta. That was a disastrous debate. It was disastrous. Then he called himself hitting the campaign trail like he had all this, infusion of energy and all that. But nobody's moved. Nobody's buying it. Oh, don't worry. We're going to talk about Trump because, both parties get equal smoke around here. Because remember, nobody asked for this. Nobody asked for the rematch of grumpy old men. Nobody asked for that. We're going to talk about Trump's campaign gaffes too, because he's slurring, he's misusing his words. He's, Trump out here talk about how he ran against President Obama in 2016. Don't worry, we're going to get to that. I'm going to dedicate a whole gaffe machine to Trump, right? But just know I don't support either party. I don't support either party. But anyway, you guys let me know what y'all think about this, because this was wow. He did this on a NATO stage where you have all these presidents and other prime ministers coming from other countries and stuff like that. Matter of fact, speaking of Trump, Trump met with the damn authoritarian leader of Hungary yesterday. But yeah, man, you guys let me know what y'all think. If you're not subscribed to this channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and share these videos on your social media platforms. Last but definitely not least, shouts out to the LDBC. This your man. Scream at me. Ho!